My mom was diagnosed with non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, otherwise known as NASH, in September of 2014. 3 weeks after my mom went into the hospital, we found out that we were pregnant with our first child. So I talk about that a lot and the emotions behind it and the learning experiences of coping with that kind of loss. My mother was diagnosed only 6 weeks before she passed away from the disease. We were celebrating just a few weeks before she was diagnosed down at the beach at the Jersey Shore. Really didn't see any kind of issues with her. Didn't really have any inkling that anything was dramatically wrong until we finally noticed that there was a little bit of yellowing of her eyes, and it was a symptom of jaundice. We were all very alerted by that immediately, and she went to go see a specialist, was checked into the hospital for about 4 or 5 days. A few days after she was released from the hospital, she actually had an episode of hepatic encephalopathy, which is commonly known as HE. It's a situation of kind of being like dazed and confused. My dad woke up very early in the morning to find my mom just kind of wandering around the first floor of our house, not knowing where she was or who she was or what she was doing. And he called me up in a panic. I was only a couple blocks away. So we raced over there and called 911 and had to rush to the hospital. And within 24 hours, the results of that biopsy came back and confirmed it was very late-stage NASH-induced cirrhosis. So it's basically in late-stage liver failure, and we need a transplant to live. When we took her home from the hospital, from NYU, for about 7 days, and she seemed like, that was kind of a period of unwinding for us. We kind of thought, okay, we got a handle on this. We're going to be able to get, to go through this. We're going to get to a transplant. We're going to make all these changes, and it's a really serious problem, but we're tackling it. We can solve it. And unfortunately, she took a downturn about a week later, and went back into the hospital, and they had to put her in a medical coma to kind of contain the situation, and she never woke up from that medical coma and passed away only a few days later. Afterwards, I really committed myself to helping other people be aware of this disease. I've actually been dumbfounded by about how large the impact of this potential disease is. There's in America alone 100 million people with NAFLD, up to 30 million people that may have NASH, and the vast majority of them have absolutely no idea that they have this disease. So to me, the biggest thing is awareness, raising awareness for people that may not realize that just being overweight for a period of time can lead to very dramatic liver damage. You need to be aware of the severity of this disease and how widespread it is, because if you wait until you get diagnosed, it may be too late.